As I once read and agree, in which memory is a weird subject for abuse survivors. Some of us struggle to even remember the details of what happened, while others remain obsessed and haunted by every little detail. The one thing that all of us have in common, though, is that we survived all the things that happened, and that they are, in fact, only a memory. That doesn't mean that the events still don't impact us, and that we don't need to do a lot of work to learn how to cope with those memories. Rather, as time goes on, the memories simply become part of who we are. This is an area of much stress among survivors. All too often, I see many trying to overcome the memories and go back to being the person they are without the abuse, or the person they were before the abuse. I don't think that's a realistic goal. Our memories are our memories, and that they are part of who we are today. That goes for the good and bad memories. We all can agree that memories of happy and positive moments in which time spent with our loved ones, at home, family gatherings, reunions, and taking joyful vacations to become part of us so our lives are carried forward. The same goes for the bad memories. They become areas of growth, lessons learned, warnings about how to keep us safe and protected. As survivors of abuse, those memories become part of who we are just the same. They may appear to be a burden, and may even be something we long to remove from our current lives. But they are what they are. It's the memories of our past and present relationships that drive us to be protective of children and other victims, that help us be empathetic to fellow survivors. PTSD is something no one wants to have, but until you have gone through that experience, as survivors have, it is a physical illness that most of us can't comprehend to have. It just doesn't go away when we want it to go away. Post-traumatic stress disorder, often abbreviated as PTSD, it is sometimes summarized as a normal reaction to abnormal events. I'm not the only one that has this. Approximately 7.7 million American adults aged 18 and older have PTSD. The disorder also frequently occurs after violent personal assaults such as rape, child abuse, mugging, domestic violence, terrorism, natural or human-caused disasters, and accidents. Some of it have it worse than others, and it depends how critical our personal assault is and how it touches us mentally. Some of us have to take medications for it. My choice is not to take medication. Will survivors ever shed PTSD? It can be a possibility to be cured. My method of choice is God. I get my strength from those memories that drive me to continue to talk about being a survivor of abuse, and to help other survivors by reaching out and letting them know they aren't alone in their struggles with healing. They drive me to continue my own healing and to continue to improve myself. The traumatic experience has sharpened me into the person I am today. In my healing with prayer and God, I am taking baby steps towards my healing and to know God. No one will understand what I've gone through unless they have gone through it themselves. Some will have apathy, while others will have empathy. What I have gone through is part of my journey to be closer to God. I'm healing because I'm exposing Satan for who he is by telling my story of the violence of what was done to me by Satan's evil hand through souls he stole. I refuse to be Satan's victim. I will not give up and let Satan win. He can only win when you stop fighting. I will not stop fighting. As long as we stand up for ourselves, no matter how painful it becomes, we win. The healing starts when we stop repressing the pain and suffering from the past. I forgave my abusers with God's teaching to forgive, but I will never forget the trauma. You can't shove it in the back of your mind and say it never happened, because then you will be lying to yourself, and Satan loves a liar. The work and struggle that was put into my healing journey is not something to be forgotten, but something that shows me how strong I can be, indeed how strong I always have been. My son tells me I am a strong woman and is proud of me. My family, my sons, and my friends who have gone through all of this with me are there to let me know, in the midst of trying circumstances, just how much I have overcome already, much worse than anything thrown at me in a day-to-day life. If you are in a relationship or marriage with abuse, you need to feel there is support instead of alienating your emotions. If you have been raped as an adult or your child has gone through this ordeal, know there are lots of organizations in your city and state or online to help others support for domestic violence and rape. When you educate yourself, then pass the awareness to others, because helping is another part of the healing process. Just because you are healing doesn't mean that you can't help others. Who knows, you may have prevented someone from being abused. Your education and awareness can always help others. That is why there are support groups. You talk about what you went through can help someone say, I don't feel alone in this. Support groups are to help one another. If someone tells me that I can't help unless my healing is finished, then I will never be able to help anyone. My healing could last until the day I die. Time is short, and if I could help just one person through the help of God, I will get my blessings. I will not let anyone stop me because of his or her views, because it can stop me from getting my blessings. Never give up on yourself and others, because there is support out there. God won't let me give up on myself. I fall, then I get up. I fall again, but I always get up. I have my good and bad days, but so does everyone else who has gone through this hurt. Just like Jesus Christ, who carried his cross of pain and suffering, we all carry that cross. When your cross falls, it is picked up when you have the support, the compassion, the understanding, the comfort, and greatest gift of all, love of people who surround you. Alongside Jesus, my family and friends are the Simons of Serene to help me carry the cross of my pain and suffering, thanking God and his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, and my loving family for being there for me. Indeed, the memories I have in my past and present are painful and full of sorrow. Some of them are still repressed and don't wish what happened to me on anyone. I can't wish them away because that means I'm ignoring them. And ignoring them will cause me to suppress the pain. Am I reaching out? The answer is yes. Through God, my family, and the people that call me their friend, I will heal and get through this next phase. I refuse, yet again, to be a victim because I'm a survivor.